All right, happy Friday, y'all. We made it to the end of the week, and the weeks are flying by faster and faster. Of course, not while we're in that Monday through Friday range, but on the weekends they tend to go pretty fast. We are just over 2 months away from 2026, so it's coming up pretty quick. But where is fall? That has not arrived yet, unfortunately. We were still warm today, but I hope you noticed the difference. We've had a change of atmosphere. Really just our winds changed direction, and that's made things way more comfortable outside. So if you appreciated those changes today, even though it's not a taste of fall, I think you're really going to like the weekend forecast. But let's talk about a couple of things that have been changing. Our rainfall deficit has been going real fast in the wrong direction. So we are now over that 9.5-inch mark as far as our rainfall deficit. To date, we've only picked up about half of the rainfall we would normally receive in an entire year, so that's concerning. But on another note that may not be very popular, sunset's been getting pretty early. Sunset tonight, 7:06 p.m., and sunrise around 7:30 in the morning is getting a bit of an early start too. Time change is just a few weeks away, so enjoy it while it lasts. We are looking at temperatures that are hanging out in those upper 80s for most folks that are near the coast. If you're on the west side of Highway 77, you're still hanging out in the 90s, but notice those numbers in yellow, the feels like temperatures, they're not that far off from the actual temperature in white. That is the power of less humidity, and it is a welcome sight because even though the temperatures haven't changed very much, the dew point temperatures have changed. We like to look at this measure of how much water is in the air around us relative to the air temperature. So generally when we're in the 70s, not very comfortable outside. But look at this, we've only got one on the map, and it's in the Bluff at NAS Corpus Christi, 70-degree dew point temperature. But we've got 50s for some inland neighborhoods. That is feeling great outside. And like I mentioned, it's only going to get better because our wind direction as we head into the overnight is going to shift back to the north-northeast. And that's a direction that's a bit drier and is going to make for a more comfortable feel as we start off our weekend. So Saturday morning, if you had plans to be up early, it'll pay off. Maybe to go for a dog walk. Our start today is Cowboy. Looks very excited to go for that walk around the neighborhood. So here's what we can expect for this evening's walk. Of course, going to feel more comfortable out there. Look at this. We are going to be in the low to middle 70s by midnight. That is a big change. So if you're heading out to Friday night football too, maybe take the sweater, leave it in the car just in case. Should be feeling very nice out there. Into the weekend, obviously, I'm mentioning that it's going to be feeling very nice out there, but this continues into next week. We're looking at generally lower humidity. Dew points have been hanging out in this range, very humid. Dew points between 70, 75. As we head into next week, we're going to stay in the 60s. So that small change is going to mean a huge change in how it feels outside. So even though we don't have fall in store, it is going to be feeling much better out there. The big weather picture is fairly boring over Texas. The last of the clouds have moved out toward the brush country, and really that's about it for us. We are looking at a very nice weekend ahead. So let me give you a look at that 7-day forecast. We're going to have plenty of sunshine over the next 7 days, more comfortable conditions, but look at these morning temperatures. 66 as we head on into Sunday morning. We're probably going to be the same as we head into tomorrow morning, and although the afternoons are still warmer than we expect for this time of the year, average high of 86 degrees. Well, we'll be closer to 90, but it's going to be feeling very, very nice out there. Great weather for football as we get into the Friday night fever. Speaking of which, we need to check in on what tonight's game is going to look like with Drew Bishop.